Welcome students. I am Anil Hingalje sir. Welcomes you all. Subject English Standard 11. Unit 1.2. On to the summit. We reach the top. In the previous video, we have seen that the explanation of this lesson. In this part 2, we will see the brainstorming questions and answers. Listen carefully. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, यापूर्वीच्या पार्ट 1 व्हिडिओमध्ये आपण या धड्याचं एक्सप्लेनेशन पाहिलं होतं आणि आता ह्या पार्ट 2 मध्ये आपण पाठाखालील ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग प्रश्नोत्तरे क्वेश्चन्स अँड आन्सर्स बघणार आहोत. काळजीपूर्वक पाठ वाचा आणि ह्या पाठाखाली प्रश्नांची उत्तरं तुम्ही वहीमध्ये सोडवा. घरीच राहा, सुरक्षित राहा, घरच्यांनाही सुरक्षित ठेवा, मास्कचा वापर करा. यानंतर आपण रवींद्र भालेराव यांचा व्हिडिओ पाहत आहोत.
Activity number 1. Complete the web of different activities related to climbing. So we have to complete the activities here, and the answer is climbing, hill walking, ice climbing, rock climbing, scrambling, mountaineering, rappelling, bouldering. Next activity. There are certain prerequisites for mountaineering. With reference to the following points, develop a short dialogue between you and your friend about mountaineering. And the points are time, distance, equipment, mental and physical fitness, clothes, and training. Now let's see its answer. Ashish said, "Hey Mayank, when is your next plan for mountaineering?" Mayank said, "Yes, I am planning for some days in September, October. Are you interested in joining?" Ashish, "Yes, I am, but I am not very confident." Mayank, "Then we will go to mountain Kilimanjaro to start with. But before that, you must begin with small practice like walking, stair climbing, and maybe uphill hiking a bit." Ashish, "What are the usual equipment that we need? You must be having most of them." Mayank, "Honestly speaking, we need a lot of equipments, and yes, I have some. But let's visit mountaineering equipment shop one day to get an idea of the latest ones. Convenient as well as expensive. I have the basic ones like tent, headlight, map, compass, cap, jackets, gloves, sunscreen, lip balm, etc." Ashish, "Oh, you are quite a lot. Let's visit the shop tomorrow." Mayank, "But you need to talk to fitness expert to get the guidance because a fit climber spends less energy. He will suggest what type of fitness regime we should follow as well as can recommend a good trainer." Ashish, "Yes, I know. Mental and physical fitness are the main ingredient for the success of a mountaineering tomorrow. Tomorrow I shall come to your place and we shall plan everything. We have to start as soon as possible." Mayank, "You are most welcome. See you tomorrow." Let's see next activity. Number 3. Discuss various hazardous means dangerous and risk that a mountaineer or trekker has to face in an expedition. Expedition means mission. And answer these are: the hazardous and risk for a mountaineer or trekker may be: 1. Bad visibility caused by bad weather, that is mist or rain or snow, or darkness is a major hazard. Next, snow and ice can make a simple path a very dangerous one, especially if there is a steep drop off nearby. Next, rockfall is a common mishap during heavy snow and rain. Next, lightning can cause a major problem at some places. Next, floods due to storm might be risky. Next, a mountaineer cannot ignore rain and wind. Rain makes the path towards upward climbing slippery, and a strong wind can cause loss of balance of mountaineering, making climbing impossible. Next, hypothermia, that is lowering of the body natural temperature to 32 degrees Celsius due to wet clothing and heat loss because of strong wind, can be a big hindrance. If it is not treated immediately, severe hypothermia may occur leading to fatalities. And last point, heat exhaustion and dehydration are very common problems because of difficult physical work. Timely care should be taken by pouring water on the victim to avoid heat stroke. The patient should be urgently given cold water mixed with small amount of salt and sugar to refresh him. Now let's see textual questions. Number 1. Give reasons for the rope being called a symbol. Answer. The rope that tied the two mountaineers, Hillary and Tenzing, together was referred to as a symbol by Tenzing because he always felt that climbing was a teamwork for them. Success, risk, hard work, and failure be shared by both as two of them were tied together to fulfill an ambition which was full of hazards. They were aware of the risk involved in their mission, and in all those situations, the rope would be between them as a symbol of their togetherness. Next question. Discuss in pairs about any controversy in which you have got embroiled. Also, speak of your experience to the class. Answer. Controversies are parts and parcel of our lives, and most of the time they are man made. It happened with me also when I made an innocent comment about one of my classmates. There was a lot of hue and cry about these comments as it was reported by adding fuel to it. But I decided to talk to my classmate and the matter was resolved amicably. Next question. List the ways in which Tenzing Norgay celebrates on reaching the top. Answer 1. Tenzing and Hillary embraced each other, saying, "We have done it." Next, Tenzing showed his gratitude to God by praying silently for the fulfillment of his desire of climbing the Everest after having failed 6 times. His offerings were biscuits, candy, and a little blue pencil which his daughter Nima has requested him to put on the top of the mountain. And next point, Hillary took the photograph of Tenzing holding aloft the flag of Great Britain, Nepal, and United Nations and India. Now let's see brainstorming activities or questions. 1. Summarize in your own words the highly risky and dangerous journey of Tenzing and Hillary from the base to the top of Mountain Everest. Answer. Tenzing and Hillary were well informed about the flat side of the summit, its steep rides, rocky and snowy sides too. It was decided that Tenzing would lead the mission, followed by Hillary in the beginning, and this position would be alternated. They would be tied together by a rope. They started early from Camp 9. Tenzing carried the flag of Britain, the United Nations, Nepal, and India to be put on the top of Mountain Everest. They steadily climbed for an hour and faced the difficulties of steep rocks on the west side. The last 50 feet to the top was made easier by their togetherness, and they officially announced that without making any attempts to take the credit for conquering Mount Everest first, four flags were put by Tenzing wearing the red scarf gifted by his friend. Both of them stayed safely at the top for 15 minutes. Next question 2. 1. Complete the wave highlighting the feelings or emotions of Tenzing after reaching the summit. And main point is Tenzing's feelings or emotions after reaching the summit. Answer: Tenzing's feelings and emotions after reaching the summit, that is, gratitude to God, feeling fit with a absolute clear mind. Next, determination for safe descent, and next one, very happy and excited. Next activity, explain the qualities of Tenzing Norgay. Pick lines that show his unique qualities. Now let's see qualities and its and lines. Qualities 1. Patriotic, and lines are: I told Colonel Hunt that I was carrying the Indian flag with me and I would like to be on the top with other flags. Next quality, unselfish, and lines are: our main thought was that both of us reach the top. Next quality, non controversial, line is: we will not take part in any controversy. Last quality, gratitude, line: my first thought on reaching the top was a sense of gratitude to God. Now let's see next question. Write down the significance of the following in the context of on the summit, onto the summit. A. Red scarf. B. Hussier. C. Kerosene flavor tea. D. Ice X, and E. Anchor. Answer: A. Red scarf. The red scarf was given to Tenzing by his good friend Lambert, who was the leader of the Swiss expedition of 1952. The scarf reminded Tenzing of their successful mission a year ago and rejuvenated him to feel fit, energetic, and excited for the completion of another mission. B. Hussier. This code mixing makes Tenzing's knowledge about mountaineering clearer to the reader, not overconfident, and were fully aware of the technique and caution needed for the downward journey. C. Kerosene flavored tea. This tea was brought by CWF Noise for Tenzing and Hillary from Camp 8, and he had to do a lot of climbing up and down for that. Some amount of kerosene got mixed with the tea as it was made in hurry. Tenzing did not make Mr. Noisy feel guilty, as both the mountaineers were grateful for getting hot tea at a time when they needed it the most. Gentlemen had taken so much trouble to serve them tea, and they were not bothered about its flavor. Next, the ice axe. Tenzing used his ice axe to tie one end of the four flags of Britain, the United Nations, and Nepal, and other end was held up by him. Hillary took his picture holding all the flags up, but he needed his ice axe for climbing down, so he had to remove his ice axe and buried one end of the flags in the snow on the slope down below and other end in the ice on the top. Obviously they fell down, but Tenzing had no choice but to remove his ice axe. Next, anchor. An anchor is a person who is strong and reliable. He makes people feel safe and confident. In mountaineering, the man who follows while climbing has a difficult job both in climbing up and climbing down. Tenzing and Hillary decided to alternate this job of anchoring so that the person leading feels safer. This proved that their expedition was a team work where both shared the responsibility of being anchor in order to have a successful mission. Now let's see questions related to the passage. Passage 1, beginning line is Colonel Hunt, and last one, two of them. It is on page number 17 in textbook. And activities or questions: A1, complex factual or global understanding. Complete the wave on climbing the summit by Tenzing and Hillary. Answer: completing the summit by Tenzing and Hillary. 1. Cross steep rocks. 2. Snow covered incline. 3. Reach the summit keeping stable pace. And fourth one, 1 hour of steady climbing. A2, activity A2, inference or interpretation. Explain. The rope was a symbol. Answer: the rope was a symbol of togetherness of Hillary and Tenzing as it was used to tie them, one following the other. It was also the proof that climbing the summit of Mount Everest needed a teamwork, and the two members of their team respected and considered each other important. A3, conclusion or guess. Give reasons. And question is, what does it matter whether I reach the top first or Hillary? Answer: it was not important for either Hillary or Tenzing to take the credit for being the first person to reach the summit. They were well aware of the fact that it was not a job that can be easily completed single handedly. For them, it was more delightful to reach the summit safe and sound, so they were equally excited to fulfill their target. Next activity A4, vocabulary. Add suffix to convert the following verb into nouns. And word and nouns are confirm, confirmation, know, knowledge, near, nearness, move, movement. A5, personal response. Pick one sentence to show one quality of Tenzing and that you have appreciated the most in his story. Explain your answer. And the answer is the sentence, "What does it matter whether I reach the top first or Hillary?" shows the unselfish character of Tenzing. He had the opportunity to claim that he reached the summit first as he was walking first and Hillary was behind him, but he did not take the credit as he knew it was a teamwork. Accomplishing the job was more important than taking credit for it. Next activity A6 related to grammar. 1. You have many more important worries. In bracket, change the degree. Answer: this worry is not as important as many other worries you have. Next sentence, most of the time the rope was loose. Make it negative. Answer: most of the time the rope was not tight. Passage 2, beginning line, my first thought. and end is clean sensation. It is on textbook page number 18 and 19. Now let's see activities related to this passage. A1. Rewrite the given sentence in their order of occurrence. The sentences and its answer is given. Please watch it on screen. Next activity A2. Explain. And the sentence is, he gave me a big smile, showing that he understood. Answer. Hillary smiled because he understood the emotion of Tenzing. The blue pencil was given to Tenzing by his youngest daughter, Nima, and it was one of her prized possessions. She parted with it with the expectation that her father would conquer the summit, and the offering of the blue pencil was her way of showing gratefulness to God. Her father would fulfill her wish. Next activity A3, and question is, why didn't Tenzing feel tired after reaching the summit? Answer. The excitement of reaching the summit took away all the tiredness from Tenzing. After having failed 6 times, God had fulfilled his desire. The first feeling at the moment was exhilaration. He wanted to enjoy every moment of success and did not want to spoil the excitement by thinking about the exertion. Next activity A4 related to vocabulary. Give one word for 1. Satisfy one's thirst. Answer. Quench. Next. Very happy and excited. Answer. Exhilaration. Next activity A5. Personal response. Mention some of the benefits of trekking trips organized by college for the students. Answer 1. The students get more exposure and experience. Next, they get close to nature. Next, they learn to handle adverse situations. Next activity related to grammar. 1. My mind was absolutely clear. In bracket, use past perfect tense and write. Answer. My mind had been absolutely clear. Next sentence. My first thought on reaching the top was a sense of gratitude to God. In bracket, use when and rewrite. Answer. When I reached the top, comma, my first thought was a sense of gratitude to God. Now let's see vocabulary. Activities related to vocabulary. 1. Add suitable suffixes. In bracket, tion, ly, meant, ous, and prefixes un, il, im to the words given below. Answer is given. Please watch it on screen. Now, next activity, grammar. 1. In passive voice, the door is the object and the job accomplished is the subject. The verb of passive voice is formed by using the correct form of the verb to be or verb to have plus past participle of the main verb. Construct the passive voice of the following sentences accordingly. The chart is given here with active voice and passive voice. Please watch it on screen. Next, 2. Look at the sentences given below. Find out which one is correct. If the sentence is wrong, give reason. All these sentences with its reason are given. Please watch it on screen. Next, look at the following sentences and observe the changes in the 3 sentences. Note your response. Again, the sentences and its answer is given. Please watch it on screen. The remaining activities are just given on screen. Read its question as well as its answer and do practice of yourself.